Hello, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. After you finish watching it, please check out the links in the description. Now, since this track and trace was announced, I wanted no part of it. So, when the care home started testing, I made sure that I told the boss that I did not want no part of this track and trace. And initially, she told me, that's okay, they can't share it with track and trace, this is only going through to the NHS because of GDPR regulations. So, although I thought, it's a bit sus, obviously I have to work, so I had to have the test. Anyway, first test results come back via text message on my phone. So they've already got my phone number and they've already got my name and date of birth. So next day I went in, I questioned the boss and said, well, isn't this all on track and trace then? No, it can't be done because of all the GDPR regulations. I'm still not convinced, as I say. Now, I haven't downloaded the app, I refuse to do that, but it seems they're finding other ways to do this. The other week, I got a message from one of the managers at work saying that they have to now send the first line of our address also with our tests when they're done. And I thought to myself, well, who's done this? Is this Public Health England? Anyway, went into work the following day. The boss was there, and I asked her. Now, my boss, she knows that my views on this may be a bit nuts, but she can't argue them. Anyway, I spoke to my boss about sending my address off and how I'm not happy about it, and told her that it was against these GDPR regulations, which she agreed with. So I asked her if she'd got any phone numbers for whoever ordered her to send it through. She came back to me later in the day. She handed me the phone number and she said to me, let me know what it says because I'm very interested. You got me thinking now. So I decided to make a phone call. Here it comes.
If you're calling from England, press 1. Scotland, press 2. Wales, press 3. Or Northern Ireland, press 4.
This is the part where you go through all the automated bullshit, Takes its time and you can't get directly to where you want to go like ever. So you just pick the options and get through to someone. Here we go.
Thank you for calling the Coronavirus Testing Centre. You're through to Darren. Can I just confirm you're calling about an antibody test?
No, actually, I'm phoning with a few questions and a few concerns about this track and trace, but I couldn't get through to anyone where I need to get through.
Can I just get some details from you?
Well, this is the thing. This is the problem. You see, I need to know if this track and trace is voluntary.
So there's no options on our call-in. This line doesn't deal directly with track and trace, so it doesn't. So to your question, is track and trace voluntary? I can have to look at my notes and see if I have anything on my FAQs here. But really, this line is designed to book tests, so it is. That's our main drive. So it is to book tests.
So I don't suppose you've got a number for anybody that would be able to answer the few questions on this.
I don't. I'm afraid.
So is there
have
any?
you received a track and trace?
No, I don't want no bloody track and trace. The problem is, at work, where I work, I'm a care assistant. Now, we were told that we have to be tested, which fair dues, I'm happy to be tested, even though I have no symptoms and it's pointless, right? But The other day I get a message from my boss saying that they now have to send off my first line of address with the test results, right? And I thought this would be Public Health England, but then I actually asked my other boss, and they said, no, it was Track and Trace that did this. So I'm trying to find out how they can do this, because they are breaking the GDPR regulations. Right? I should have the right to refuse, and all processing should be denied of this. But the problem is, now it's going to go through because I've had to have a test yesterday. You know, if I don't have a test, I can't work. If I can't work, I can't pay the child maintenance, I can't feed myself, I can't drive. So it seems to me that we're getting forced into this track and trace no matter what. Do you agree with that?
I really can't comment on it. She's the first person who's asked the question.
Well, you see, my boss wants to know.
Aware of.
My boss wants to know the answers to these questions as well. You see, because she can see that this is breaking my rights. That she can see this is breaking her employees' rights. All this coronavirus stuff at the moment is putting tremendous strain on this care system. You know, not the system. Well, it is putting strain on the system, but it's also damaging a lot of residents because they can't see their families. This whole thing is blown out of proportion. Can nobody see this? I need to speak to someone that can actually answer these questions.
I don't have, I have nothing. I have no, say this line is designed to book tests. That is our.
But the thing is, there must be a line. There must
Google search to see.
There must be a phone number where we can phone in with queries about track and trace. There must be.
I'm just having a look to see if there's anything on contact for track and trace.
If not, I'll take Matt Hancock's or Chris Whitty's phone number. That's not a problem, you know. If you can find some way of getting me into contact with them, because it'd be interesting to find out why we're being forced into this track and trace.
I am having a look to see if there's anything on track and trace.
I'm sorry to take up your time. I know it's not your fault, and I am a bit concerned, and obviously I've ranted a little. That's not directed at you, I promise.
No, I understand that.
It's just wrecking our country. We ain't going to have a country left by the end of all this. My kids won't have a future, and they deserve a future. Every kid deserves a future.
So there's further guidance can be found. There's a website.
Yeah, well, that's no good going on a website.
How track and trace works.
Yeah, I've seen all them. I've seen all that, and I've been looking through, and the media have promoted how this is all voluntary, but I'm being forced into it. So, you see what I mean?
The honest answer is I don't have an answer for you. You are the first person who's has queried anything like that there.
I can assure you, I know my rights, and that is breaking my rights. See, because with this track and trace, don't they store your information for 20 years?
Again, I don't have that information here. I don't.
See, this is all the line that they've been selling or saying about. I never wanted to be part of this, and now I'm being forced into it.
So track and trace is only designed if someone you've been in contact with, or you have been diagnosed with the virus.
Well, yeah, but let's be fair, the diagnosis of it is rubbish.
That is track and trace's sole sort of duty. And there's a privacy notice, So there is there is on the NHS website a privacy information on the track and the test and trace.
Yeah, but
give you the email address too, if that helps.
Yeah, let's go for it.
You got a pen and paper there?
I have, yeah.
Right with?
Yep.
So it's contact CONTACT.
Yep.
tracing, TRACING,
Yep.
dot PHE, so Papa Hotel Echo,
So dot PHE.
Yep.
Dot
Gov,
gov.
gov.uk,
UK. Yep.
/help, HELP,
/help.
/privacy,
Privacy.
PRIVACY notice, NOTICD. And that gives a breakdown of about the test and trace, the data control methods, the information that they collect.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more stuff on there as well. So
but again, they shouldn't be as per my rights, as per the GDPR, they should not be able to process this. I need to be able to get this stopped beforehand. So this is why, I just don't believe that this is all the hype is worth this. I really don't. I've known four people. I've known 4 people since the beginning of all this that have apparently tested positive. One of them had a cough for 3 days and was better at the end of the week. 3 of them haven't even had any symptoms, but they've had to miss out on 14 days' work. 3 of them. No sign of anything. This is killing our country, alright?
That's really all I have.
Yeah, that's fine, and I'm sorry that I've ranted, but I need answers, because it's getting beyond a joke now. Alright, thank you.
Do you mind if I just log your call details before you go? You can refuse to do it if you wish.
Yeah, I do want to refuse to do this, alright?
Okay, that's no problem. That's done for you, sir.
You've been helpful, and I'm sorry that I've gone off on one, alright?
Okay, thanks for the call, now.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, now. Bye-bye, now. Bye-bye.
Bye. So off to the website we go. Let's see if we have our rights. So after reading through this, I can tell you that no, we don't have our rights anymore. Simple as that. We can make a complaint at the end of it, but that is about it. Yeah, let's get deeper into this for you. Legal basis under GDPR and DPA 2018. The Department for Health and Social Care's legal basis for processing your personal data. That's right, our personal data. They have legal rights over our personal data. Anyway, 6.1e. Processing is necessary for the performance of the task carried out in the public interest or in the exercise of official authority vested in the controller. Well, again, to me, I don't see why they should actually be taking my data on that. And they're claiming it's for health reasons. Well, let's be fair. Boris has already come out and admitted that they made a mistake in implementing this second lockdown because of the numbers. GDPR Article 9 2H. Again, it goes on to the same thing for the management of health and social care services. Let's just see what that one was. Yeah, on the H. Oh yeah, this is where it gets dark and sinister. Remember where I said, if you don't have the test, I can't work. If I can't work, I can't pay, blah, 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 blah. And I said they could do this with vaccines too. This one's a bit dodgy. Listen. Processing is necessary for the purposes of preventative or occupational medicine for the assessment of the working capacity of the employee. It does go further, but I'll link all that in. Now, sorry, just from that part and my outlook on things and how most things read nowadays is they're going to be forcing this vaccine on us. Well, I've already told the boss that's when I retire. Sorry. It's not as simple as that though. You'll have to retire from society if you choose not to have it, because you won't be able to do anything. And GDPR Article 9(2)(I), again, goes into public health. That's the reasons they claimed it. Already disputed because Boris got the figures wrong to implement the second lockdown. Anyway, Section I. Processing is necessary for reasons of public interest in the area of public health, such as protecting against serious cross-border threats to health or ensuring high standards of quality and safety in healthcare and of medicinal products or medical devices, on the basis of union or member state law which provides suitable and specific measures to safeguard the rights and freedoms of subject data, in particular professional secrecy. Well, everything would be secret if they aren't forcing us into track and trace, which they're doing. And the last part on this, both DPAs, again, it basically reads into this that preventative medicine, that's one of them. The assessment of the working capacity of the employees. So again, if you don't have your health passport, you won't be able to work. Medical diagnosis. Again, you've got to be in the system to actually live in the system. So yeah, that's going to be taken away from people who won't comply with the vaccine when it comes. To cut a long story short, we have no rights. We can actually complain. Ooh. And how far will that get us? No, we have no rights. See? Being forced into it. It's nice to see so many people waking up to this fraud. It's a shame you didn't wake up earlier, don't get me wrong. And if there are any still sleeping watching, please question things a bit more. It's not as it seems. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Set your alarm clock. It's time to wake up.